To Kaleidoscope, we're talking with one Mr. Dan Niven, who I will call Dan from now on. He's been the organizer for the, yes, and I'm going to mention the name, Furey Foundation for the past 3 years. Earlier, before the song break, he basically gave us the narrative about how he actually got to start this, this wonderful foundation. Now, tell us about some of the events that you've organized. You did mention auctions, and
right.
But other than that, it's been 3 years, so I'm sure you've had a lot of different events.
Right. We have auctions, beach frisbee tournament, screen golf, bowling, badminton, boat parties, dance parties, and the big one, the beach volleyball tournament. Which
and you also had a bowling tournament too, didn't you?
We've had 3.
Yes.
We've had 3 so far.
So mostly sports, and how, I guess it was you had a very good turnout. I mean, how successful do you think they were?
Altogether, I mean, some of them are very successful. The beach volleyball tournaments are incredibly successful, and everything's been good. I think even the art fest, we had an art fest, and that was the first time we've done something like that, and that was successful too. And although that was on a much smaller scale, everything we've done that I think has been pretty well received so far.
And you were able to raise a certain amount of money to actually help the family.
Right.
And I guess the most important thing is the actual deed, and that so many people participate. I mean, as you said, to a certain degree, but altogether, do you have any, I guess this is kind of a sensitive question because it has to do with money, but do you have any idea, ballpark figure, if you will, about how much you think you've raised?
Oh, absolutely, 36.9 million won.
Wow. And it all went to the family?
Not the family, but 20 million won went to the Nathan's children.
Okay.
And of the remaining 17 million, geez, I forget how much we've given to the Iho family. I think 6 million up to this point, and the rest is invested in sound equipment and a power generator and inventory and equipment, all this stuff. And we always keep a float in the bank as well for whatever might come up.
Future events.
Future events.
You mentioned the Iho family, and that wasn't mentioned before. But when you say Iho family, I'm guessing that you're talking about a local, a couple of local families right here in Jeju. Okay, could you give us a little bit more detail about that?
Well, after we had reached happened at the same time as we were reaching our goal of 20 million won for Nathan's, for the Furey family itself, we decided we also should start giving back to the local community. So we, on the advice of some of my friends, and we had gone to the church which had helped sponsor the volleyball tournament, and we asked them, could you find us a family in need? And they contacted another charitable society, and they contacted Iho, and they found a family that had a very similar story to Nathan's, where it was a pair of kids who had lost their parents, and they were living with their grandmother, and in a very, very difficult situation. So we started sending money that way.
Right. So having done all that for the past 3 years, what kind of future do you foresee for this particular charity drive? I mean, what other visions do you have for this?
Well, I would love if the beach volleyball tournament were to become something that most of the mainland, I mean, all the mainland would come down for, that would be the best. If we could fill all of Iho with volleyball courts and have it on the scale of Mudfest, where everyone knew about it almost before they got to Korea, and they would get their tickets as soon as possible they could, and they'd have these teams, and it was just this great big thing, and it wouldn't matter if you were really good or if it was your first time. You had a good time, and you'd want to come to every event you could, every volleyball event you could, by the time you were here.
And it's open to anybody, like local people, foreign people, the foreign community, anybody. Right?
We had high school kids last May. We've had people who've never played before. We have a lot of people who've never played before. We've had people from the mainland come down, lots of people. Everybody's allowed. Everybody's invited. Welcome. Encouraged, including you.
Yes, and I was going to, I have gone to the Furey Foundation a couple of times, but I've never actually participated in the volleyball. But now that you mention it, I will consider, and I'm definitely, I think I told you this before, but I'm definitely interested in the bowling as well, or any other aspects. And now, apart from the Furey Foundation that we were talking about, I think you have a personal agenda this coming weekend on Christmas Eve.
Right. Well, it's a friend of ours, Gidget Alaman. She started a what would you call it? She has an idea, and she says, well, "Let's go to the orphanage this Christmas Eve on Saturday morning, and do some great things for the kids." So it sounds great to me. I'm in. I signed up, and about 20 people have signed up so far.
Okay.
We're gonna go down, play some games, just have a good time.
Dress up as Santa.
Maybe somebody will do that.
Well, you need to have the figure for Santa, so you certainly don't fit the bill in that case, but well, maybe somebody else might be.
Right.
But I think all you need to do is wear a Santa Claus hat and a beard and a red suit, and I think the children will get so much fun out of that. And I guess anybody can just join in.
Anybody can join, yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And other than that particular Christmas plan, do you have any other plans for this coming Christmas?
Just make the most of it. Make the most of Christmas for and remind myself of what it's all about, and just live it. Try and live that part of it.
All right. Well, I guess this is going to be my last question. Any Christmas wishes? I know it's a couple of days early, but not even a couple of days, but about 5 days early. But any Christmas wishes you would like to send out to?
Yes, I do have.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to wish a Merry Christmas to the agents of Operation Drumstick, and especially Field Marshal McClellan and everyone on Jeju who's made 2011 an incredibly unforgettable year.
Oh, wow. What about your family?
Yeah, those people too, sure, why not?
Those people too. I would have thought that they would be the first people that you would like to wish Merry Christmas to. But again, you never know. Okay, well, Dan, I would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas as well. And hopefully I will see you in the future for your foundations and other goodwill, charity work that you're doing.
Great.
And keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And I hope you'll listen to all that Jeju as well.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Dan Nevin, and that's it for Kaleidoscope. And I hope to see you again right after this song break. All You Need Is Love by Lyndon David Hall.
Love, 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 love.